powered all his buildings, then there's no units that can be warped in, so this Phoenix is now just going to watch longingly, wanting to kill stuff, but even if he picks something up he can't shoot it as well, so fairly safe on that front. So still cleaning out these bases. Up here we have 2 Stargates incoming, and possibly some Void Ray action coming on, because that's pretty much all that can happen. As it's an island, there's no point getting ground units because you can't easily move them. Lost production from all these buildings, so I'm going to speed this up again. Getting the second expansion up in this bottom right hand corner here. So still 2 bases, only running off 1 base however, but fully saturated. Now this is where I have a problem. I now know that there is another expansion, as I've destroyed this next eye and it's not told me that the opponent has been revealed. So I now have to scout out the map to find out. I know he's not down here, and I know obviously he's not down here because this is where I am. But I still have no. I assume that he is up here, as I'm down here, my main's down here, and I'm still not thinking, oh, maybe he's got the island expansion. But so I group up and then move out. There we go, and then move out to then find this expansion. My macro has slipped right out the window. As you can see, I have 10,000 minerals and 2,500 gas, which is just shocking. It is so bad. All that could be used for more units. I'm not even nearly supply capped, so it's a waste of minerals just sitting there. You don't get interest on it, boys and girls, so don't do it. If you got it, spend it. The only time you need to spend it really wisely is at the start of the game, whereas now I could just warp in a bunch of units. But I'm checking out all the expansions, just having a look to see if he's at the gold, and he's not at the gold either, so this is where I realise he must be on one of the islands. Now these voids are doing a drive-by, which I did see, but I didn't react to them. Perhaps I was looking elsewhere. I think I was moving these stalkers actually into position. But I figure he's in this island, although I can't see that he is in this island yet. I don't have vision, but it was my guess at the time that he was here. And I start to move out, and I get 1 Void Ray in the back, and I figure, oh, he is up here, but then all these Void Rays come from the other side, so I think, that's very clever. That's a diversionary tactic to turn me around while you take me out from the back. But these Voids now coming in, just cleaning up some of the stalkers, but wisely deciding to hoof it across the map. Now I spend the next couple of minutes just chasing these guys across the map. So we'll just speed that up again. I apologise for speeding the games up, by the way. I'm just trying to cut out the monotonous stuff because there is a lot of just sitting about. During that speed up I got my 3 gateways, my 3 Stargates up, getting some Phoenix out to try and deal with these Void Rays, as I've been enjoying playing Phoenix. I find I can control them quite well, but against Void Rays it's quite difficult as they have more range. So these Voids coming in, I see that there's too many Voids to deal with 3 of these, so I back off and just now chrono boosting out 3 more to bring my army up to 6. So I now have a little army of Phoenix here. Sorry, I was quite distracted there, but this Void Ray is just clearing out my expansion. Luckily for me, there's only 25 minerals left there. This gas is still got tons left. That one's mined out, so it's no massive loss. So I just move all my drones over to this left hand side and use my Phoenix to ward this off, because I don't want these Void Rays in my main killing off my production. So I have to react somehow. I can't just let them get away with it. But these Phoenix just microing about, trying to get some free pop shots off, but the range on these Void Rays is much larger than the range on the Phoenix. So I'm finding it difficult. The best I can try to do is try and kite them over towards my ground army, but I don't even have that many ground units. So I realise I'm in a bit of trouble. Not trouble, but I'm not being as effective as I can, but I get this expansion ready for Thay, because I think he's up here. No. Oh, sorry about that. That was a a big yawn there. I need to stop having so many late nights. But yeah, these void rays have been kited over and are now being taken care of appropriately. Get out of there, Phoenix, before you die. Oh, it's the other way around. He's going to snipe off this one. Snipe, 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 snipe. Yeah. Just decide to try and take that one out. Move away just as I've only got 15 health, just keeping him alive as long as possible. But this is where I decide to move my army away from the move my army away from the edge, so that I've got a little more running space to take that out. Because standing on the edge there, it's easy for him just to nip in and nip out. Now this is where I had to make a decision. I've started to match void rays, but I think, why go in with void rays? It's just boring. Everybody does that. So I'm going to speed this up. And basically what happens from here on in is I get a bunch of stalkers, and I effectively use this high ground over here. Oh yeah. So this is where I came round to scout, and I was like, oh yeah, high ground. So I get these colossi in the high ground, and I get in a bunch of blink stalkers, and I jump over this gap, speed up, and clean out this base right here. I'm just fast forwarding it because there really isn't a lot happening right now. There is something to note at the end, but I will slow the video down for that. Because as it is, I'm just gathering up some stalkers, gathering all the stalkers that I have left on the map, warping in a massive, big, mad army because I got in a bunch of stalkers, a bunch of warp gates, sorry, down here. One thing I did just miss is a warp gate, not a warp gate, sorry, a warp prism came in here and dropped off 3 zealots, took out a pylon, forcing me to show my voids. I was hoping to not have to use them, so I would like him to not know that I had them, because that's just boring. So getting my stalkers in, using these colossi in the high ground to spot all this lovely goodness. Look at the range! That is insane! There's only a range of 9, but oh, that is huge. It might just be the angle, but dear me, dear me, I think that might possibly need a nerf, but I'm happy with it just now. Focusing down the pylons first to kill off these defences, because cannons without pylons are just lumps of metal really. Now at the same time as I'm knocking this about, my army's spread over the other side of the map, and it is very good to move out with these void rays. I've got a few stalkers here, but these are clearly no match. So he moves into my expansion, my third expansion, and starts busting up all my stuff. So I send in three Phoenix who just get burnt through like butter, but my force of void rays, my 2 shields beats the 1 shield, and that is basically all that this match came down to, was the difference of shields there, because we had a similar amount of void rays, and I think if he was able to focus down my void rays, he stood a very, very good chance of winning this game. No GG there, but that's not bad manners. That's because we were on Skype and we had a third match to play, which will be coming up shortly, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this cast. I did go off on several tangents, speeding up the game and just talking utter rubbish, but if you could deal with that, subscribe. These are just early casts. I'm still in the learning process. They will get better, but they are already awesome, because I am vain like that, and I like to think everything I do is just awesome. No sign off yet, but I am still working on that. But peace out and stay happy, I guess, and tune in next time.